retreated to the bathroom, locking themselves inside, but there was no escape. In the early hours of May 26th, shots were fired through the door. Ford was struck multiple times. Presley was also harmed. By morning, both victims were no longer. Just months later, a pair of snipers would turn the entire Washington region into a hunting ground. Case 2, Lee Boyd, Malvo, and John Allen Muhammad, October 2002. For 3 weeks, the nation's capital held its breath, while invisible attackers turned ordinary moments into scenes of terror. Pumping began on October 2nd in Wheaton, Maryland. A man crossing a parking lot collapsed without warning, struck by a high-velocity round fired from a distance. Within hours, 4 more people were taken down, all within a few miles of each other. All circled neighborhoods, schools locked down, gas stations erected tarps so customers could fuel without being exposed. Parents kept children inside. Commuters drove in zigzag patterns, terrified that standing still made them targets. The fear was everywhere. Behind the terror were John Allen Muhammad, a 41-year-old Gulf War veteran, and Lee Boyd Malvo, a 17-year-old boy from Jamaica. Muhammad had met Malvo years earlier and became a father figure to him, isolating the teenager from his mother, converting him, leaving a trail of unsolved incidents before arriving in the Washington area. Their weapon was a Bushmaster rifle, modified and deadly accurate. Their vehicle was a blue 1990 Chevrolet Caprice, customized with a hidden firing port cut into the trunk. Muhammad and take aim through the small opening. When they fired, bystanders saw nothing, just the aftermath. The victims came from all walks of life. A bus driver, a teacher, a retiree, a 13-year-old boy shot outside his school. The randomness made it impossible to predict who would be next.
Yeah, my team loves to just one half, so they see their shifts, they can approve it, and I know.
But wait, what if there's like a last...
Received multiple life sentences. In Maryland, he later pleaded to 6 additional counts, receiving 6 more life terms without release. The impact rippled far beyond the border. For weeks, an entire region had been paralyzed. Schools shut down. Events were canceled. Survivors and victims' families remained divided. Some believe rise from a distance. Another predator in Maryland was operating much closer to home, hiding in plain sight. Case 3, Haddon Clark. The man who led investigators through the woods wore a wig, a skirt, and women's undergarment. Years later, he buried her in a wooded area more than 12 miles away. For years, the case went cold. Michelle's father, consumed by grief, even confessed to the crime himself, desperate to make sense of the loss. But investigators knew his confession